Hey, my name is Dom, and today I'll be teaching you how to do the alphabet in sign language. By learning the alphabet, you will then be able to fingerspell many words, such as names, places, and brands that don't have a specific sign for them like most words do. My goal is to teach as many people as possible the basics of sign language so that it helps the deaf and hearing impaired better communicate with more people when out in public. Now, as you can see behind me, there is a poster of the American Sign Language alphabet. Before I demonstrate how to form each letter of the alphabet, let's review each letter on the poster. Now that we've reviewed pictures of each letter, I will demonstrate how to form each letter with my hand. So here's A, and the thumb rests on the forefinger. So there are a couple other letters, like you can see, S, T, and E are similar, but for A, the thumb rests on the forefinger, not anywhere else. So with B, very simple, just this. C, you form a C with your hand. Again, another simple one. D looks like this. From the side, it looks like a D, but you don't do a D like that. Like you do an O like that, but not a D. The D is just straightforward like this. So an E is like this, again, similar to an A in a way, I guess, but these fingers rest on the thumb. So with an F, it's the opposite of a D. So your D is like this, your F is like this. So when these fingers are up, this finger's down. When these fingers are down, this finger's up. So G is pointing. I'd say this is one of the most simple ones, but it's very similar to H, except the thumb, instead of resting alongside the forefinger, it kind of hangs out down here. With I, this is very similar to J, which is the next letter. J, you form a J with your pinky. Now, it's kind of confusing because it's very similar to an I. Just remember that you kind of spell out a J with your pinky finger in the air. So K looks like a K. I like this one because this is one of the few ones that actually looks like the letter it's supposed to be, in my opinion. So the next one is L, and this one's kind of confusing because you're supposed to do it with your left hand, but with your left hand it's backwards, so this is how you should do it. Next letter is M, and M is like the three humps on M is your fingers right here, and then N is similar, but there's not two humps on an N, but there is on this one. So the next letter in the alphabet is O, very simple, again, forming the letter with your hand. Next letter is P, and P is kind of one of the more confusing ones. This is what it looks like. This is one of the ones that I thought would be pretty confusing for the viewers. I still think it's pretty confusing, and I've been doing sign language for a while. But again, this is kind of a complicated one, so if you don't get it first, don't get frustrated, because I sometimes struggle with it still. So on to Q. Q is similar to P, I guess, but this is what it looks like. The thumb and the forefinger are down and you can see your fingers resting against the palm, like through this part right here. So next one is R, and R is this, and there are a bunch of other ones that are similar to R, as you will see. After R is S, and S is similar to A, but instead of the thumb resting here, it rests here on the fingers that are facing down. So the next one is T, and T is kind of like, this is kind of a funny way to describe it, but if you ever played, like if someone's ever played the trick on you, they're like, ha, I got your nose, this is what they do in their hand. So then U is, again, similar to R. This one is just you put two fingers up and your thumb rests on the two fingers that are down. So V is the same thing, but instead of your fingers closed, they're open. And W is similar to V because you just add a finger, basically. And then X is you put your thumb, like you're forming a fist, instead of having your not your middle finger, your forefinger up or down, it's up. So this is what it looks like because it's from the side. Then Y is like the Hawaiian, like I don't know what it is, but something with Hawaii. And then that's how I like to remember it. It's a fun way to remember it. This is a Y, and then Z. It's you do it with your finger, and then you spell out Z, and you have to do it backwards if you're doing it to somebody, because you would normally do Z like this, but since you're doing it to somebody, you go like this. So now that we've done each letter of the alphabet, we'll practice putting letters together to spell words. Finger spelling is usually used in ASL to spell out names, places, brands, and other proper nouns. Let's start by spelling our names. I'll spell my name. And now let's see if you can spell your own name. Using the poster, pause the video and see if you can spell your name. Okay, let's practice some other words. So there are a couple brands on here, 3 cities, and Starbucks, because that's my inspiration for starting this whole project. So let's try doing Adidas. Do it with me. So A, D, I, S, A, S. So that's Adidas. Nike would be N, I, K, E. And if you need help, if you're struggling, if I'm going too fast, you can pause the video, and with the chart right here, you should be able to do it. If you don't get it right away, don't get frustrated, because pretty hard to do this all in like with one video. So here's Chicago. So C, H, I, C, A, G, O. There's Chicago. Now here's Boston. So B, O, S, T, O, N. Alright, so here's Bauer. I play hockey, so it's a hockey company. So here's B, A, U, E, and R. Let's move on to Paris. So Paris, I wanted to include one that had P because it's a hard one, but making it hard, you shouldn't avoid it. So here's P, A, R, I, and S. Alright, now here's Starbucks. This is a special one because this is why I started the whole project, because I read about the story. So here's S, hold on, T, A, R, B, U, C, K, S. So thank you for watching this video. I'll soon come out with a new video that teaches common phrases like the ones I mentioned earlier in the video. So keep on practicing the alphabet. I'll see you next time. Bye.